Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Cover Wars, the podcast where we find you the best covers ever of a particular song, and we answer the question that perhaps nobody is asking. Are any of these covers better than the original? I'm your host, aJaX, and with me always is Seth. Seth, how's it going today?
Going pretty good. How are you?
I promise I am. This is your host, aJaX. It's just, I'm a little under the weather, as you can probably tell, but I'm over the moon to be on this show with you. Here, going over another song. And Seth, what song will we be covering today on Cover Wars?
Such Great Heights by the Postal Service.
Oh, yeah. Let's do this.
Cover Wars, the podcast where we find you the top 3 covers of our popular song. We pull from a curated playlist of 20 different versions. We reveal our top 5 favorites, then we battle it out in a cover war, where we reveal what we've determined, culminating in the best cover ever of a popular song.
Yes, Such Great Heights, such a great song. It is one of my favorite songs of the 21st century. I do enjoy it so very much. Of course, the offshoot of a few other projects. We have Ben Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie. We have Jenny Lewis doing some background vocals, and another artist that we will talk about in our song bio, so stay tuned for that. But, Seth, what do you think of the song? Do you like Such Great Heights?
I am a huge fan of this song. I just love it. I've always loved it.
That is good to hear. So I am excited to see where we're going to fall with some of these rankings. We've talked about it offline. There's a lot of different versions of this that we enjoy. In fact, this playlist that we put together, there's not a bad song of the 20. It's just what's better than the others. And so that's typically where we have some issues. And this one is a doozy. Because honestly, from about 4 through 20, they could go anywhere. My top 3 are pretty solid, but wow, I had a lot of movement. So I am interested to hear. Let's just dive right into it, Seth. With Such Great Heights and the cover versions on this here playlist, which, by the way, if you haven't heard this show before and you want to play at home, check the links below in the description and in the comments, and you will find those playlists, Spotify playlists, as well as the YouTube playlist. And you can let us know in the comments, what is your favorite version of Such Great Heights? But Seth, what is your number 5?
My number 5 is Jeremy Zucker.
And when we kiss, they're perfectly aligned.
This is from the album called Garden State. And this was released in August of last year. 5.6 million monthly listeners. He's an indie pop singer-songwriter raised in New Jersey. Gained popularity on SoundCloud before signing with Republic Records and graduating with a molecular biology degree. Interesting. What did you like so much about Jeremy Zucker's version that you had him at number 5?
I simply put down, slowed down, relaxed take, loved the vocal. So it was very well put together, and just one of those, warm blanket kind of vibes.
Absolutely. And I could also tell that he was kind of vibing off of the Iron and Wine version, which I'm sure we'll get into later. Definitely a nod to the Garden State album with his album title, the Garden State soundtrack, which included the Iron and Wine version of the Postal Service song. So there's so many things we're going to cover here too, but I thought he captured the tone and cadence of the original perfectly as well. And it's just like this slower, melodic, and more emotional version. So good stuff. Great choice for your number 5. But I'm curious to know, are you ready for mine? Number 5.
I'm so ready.
Well, I'm ready to tell you, and that is Ben Folds. From The Best Imitation of Myself, a retrospective released in 2011, Ben Folds at 550,000 monthly listeners and 247,000 monthly listeners for Ben Folds 5, which both numbers are shockingly low to me. I mean, this is an artist who is just one of the prolific singer-songwriters of our generation, I feel, and those are super low. Come on, people. But yeah, this is my number 5 because it's sung with his signature snarl of undeniable intrigue, is what I like to call it. Ben Folds makes everything seem immediate and more interesting and special. He has those pedal pumps and key bangs. He brings his vocal style and blend of pop rock to the forefront, along with the kookiness and zaniness, and it all makes for a thoroughly enjoyable listen. I thought the song, the ending, where all the instruments kind of come in, it's just quite as fun as well. For a live version, I think he really, really captures the charm and the mystique of the original as well. What did you think of Ben Folds' version?
Lots of fun, exciting take, light vocals, great cover. Yeah, it was quite good, quite good.
Love me some Ben Folds. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So, gonna be very interesting to see how many, or if any, matches we're getting. This is going into like our 4th episode now, where the last 3 have been a struggle to find some matches. So let's see what we can do. Seth, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is Landon Austin and Jada. Is it Facer or Facer?
You know, I'm going to let you go ahead, and I didn't look up the... Yeah, we'll go with Facer.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. What's her name again? It's Jada. Okay, it's Jada. If you're out there and you're listening to the show, which is very unlikely, please forgive us if it's not Facer, but I like saying Facer, so we're going to go with Facer.
I do too.
All right. Okay, so Landon Austin, Jada Facer.
Such great heights come down now.
This is from a single released in December 2020. Landon has 459,000 monthly listeners. He's a singer-songwriter and producer out of Nashville, which is a great place to be if you're into music. Jada, nearing 1 million monthly listeners, is an American actress and singer. She played the recurring role of Joe's daughter, Danny, on the sitcom Melissa and Joey from 2014 to 2015. There's some trivia for you to keep in the back of your head.
Wow.
And a long-standing YouTuber and singer. Tons of tons of views, and a whole heck of a lot of subs too. I am curious to know, why did you have Landon Austin and Jada Facer at number 4?
I simply put down acoustic cover, very pretty, great vocals. You mentioned it. There's not a bad song in this 20 of 20 songs, and it's really hard for me to rank these. So I feel bad for any ones that don't get mentioned today, but this one I thought needed to be mentioned.
Absolutely. I thought just beautiful vocals, just a pretty song in general. I thought their voices coming together, it just sound like it should be. You know, there's some other ones on here where you're like, this is kind of an odd blend of vocals, but also it works too still. Where this one, it's like, oh, this is a natural fit. Their voices together mesh very, very well. All right, so good pick for number 4. Are you ready for my number 4?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you are, because my number 4 is Scary Pockets featuring Natalie Dawn.
Corresponding shapes like puzzle pieces from clay. True.
So we have the culmination of forces here. This is from a single released in June of 2022. Scary Pockets have 525,000 monthly listeners, and they show up on our show like every week. Super duo Jack Conte and Ryan Lerman joins forces with Natalie Dawn of super duo Pamplemousse, which also contains Jack Conte. Natalie solo at 63,000 monthly listeners, but Pamplemousse at a staggering 1.2 million monthly listeners. Both appear regularly on our show. I love this version so much. It's that chill funk, but Natalie's nonchalant voice just captivates and works so well here. As that mid-tempo goes on, the indie-adjacent vibe just fits perfectly in that space, can't be denied. I just thought it was just such a cool little jam version. Good times had here. Seth, what did you think of Scary Pockets featuring Natalie Dawn?
Very peppy, fun, wonderful instrumentation. It was, it separated itself from the pack, and it was a very good take, yes.
Good stuff. Okay, so as I can see here, yeah, we already know matches yet, but we'll see what happens as this goes along. Seth, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is White Bike.
Freckles in our eyes are mirror images, and
This is from the album Give Up. That's right. Give Up. Because they didn't just cover one song and give up. They covered the entire album. Seth, are you ready for this? Whether or not you are, here it is. 85. That's right. 85 total monthly listeners. Shocking, right?
No.
Yeah, crazy. White Bike is the new project from husband and wife duo Nathan Shrube on guitar and vocals and Mirabai Carter on bass and vocals. So curious, why did you have White Bike at number 3?
Oh, I loved it. It was great sound. The band was on point. I mean, how people not listening to them? Oh my goodness, I got to follow
crazy,
them right
right?
now.
Hey, hidden gem. Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I thought this was just really cool. Nice, dramatic yet persistent bass line throughout sets the tone for this cover. I like the coalescing at the end of all the vocals and instrumentation. It gives for a nice alt rock feel, the version of the song, and it sets itself apart from the simplistic intricacies of a lot of other versions. I found it just to be a really cool version. So White Bike, nice. All right, Seth, are you ready for my number 3?
Top 3's already. Yep.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Well, we have our first match because my number 3 just so happens to be Landon Austin and Jada Facer.
everything looks perfect from far away.
So, beautiful conversions of the vocals here and a splendid duo performance of the song. I love their voices so much. They complement each other perfectly, completely. The halfway point, there's this guitar that just picks up and it sounds like it was handcrafted and made specifically for this song so it could shine here. This is just one that's so well done. I couldn't deny it. I had to put it at number 3. So I'm glad we finally have a match. So we'll see what happens for our 1s and 2s here. Seth, let's get some more matches. Come on. What is your number 2?
I think I'm going to shock you a little bit.
Uh-oh.
My number 2 is As It Is.
Whoa, okay, that is a little shocking. But you know what? I love it because I love all of these songs. And As It Is a band, by the way, I follow and I've loved them for quite a long time. So interesting here, though, that you have As It Is at number 2. This is from a single released in November of 2018. They are sitting at 251,000 monthly listeners, a transatlantic pop rock band from Brighton via Minneapolis, claiming to be sellout since 2012. Why do you have As It Is at number 2?
Well, for me, it was that rasp in his vocal when he was screaming. I mean, that was just, I was sold, man. That was like, what's funny is when I first heard this on the playlist, I didn't care for it at all. And it grew on me every single time I listened to it. And it really went up
so
there,
much it went to 2. So you go from not liking it very much at all
to
it being your number 2 song on the playlist.
That rasp on it when he was screaming.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I found it emo-licious with their own design intertwined melody too. So they don't lose any of the voice of the original, but they add their own unique spin representative of their genre, which I love. They did it their way, and it sounds great as it is. All right, so
nice.
Good stuff there. I love it. I do have a question for you, though. Seth, are you ready for my number 2?
I don't think so.
You might not be, because you might be shocked. I don't know. I might shock you right here and now. But my number 2 is Iron and Wine.
Thinking it's a sign.
This was included on the collection Around the Well, released in 2009, but famously also on the Garden State soundtrack, as well as the original single EP of the Postal Service, which we'll get into that a lot more later. The original single causing all kinds of confusion, and which came first, the chicken or the egg debacle. Iron and Wine, currently at 3.9 million monthly listeners, just released a new album called Hen's Teeth. Check it out. Very good. Iron and Wine is Samuel Irvin Beam, The name Iron and Wine is taken from a dietary supplement named beef iron and wine that he found in a general store while shooting a film. There's some more trivia for you, folks. So, just such a
Can
cool...
I jump in real quick?
Oh, please jump in. The water's fine.
So I love Sam Beam because he reminds me of Jack Johnson. They both wanted to be filmmakers, and they discovered that they had talent writing songs because of the filmmaking.
Well, in between the two, like if I'm just discovering like, oh wow, I can really write some songs here, and filmmaking, I'm gonna go with the songwriting because filmmaking seems a little more
both
daunting.
studied filming in school. I thought it was amazing.
That's crazy because, like,
yeah,
as cool and ambitious as it is, what a task! I mean, you have to have so much patience. You have to just be on the ball all the time. Everybody's relying on you and your decision making, and that's great and all. But I want the laid back feel of being on my own schedule and doing my own thing. So I'm choosing songwriting. So I can see why.
Me too.
So, hey, this was the earliest and most classic cover of the song, but there's a reason why it resonates so well. And just the way he delivers the lines and the message of the song in such an emotionally driven state over the simple folksy acoustic. There's just something about it that immediately hits you in the feels, and it just kind of grabs hold and doesn't let go. One of Sam's best songs he's ever done. It is a cover, yes, but it's my number 2. Seth, what do you think of Iron and Wine's version?
So I love this version. It's slowed down, slowed paced, but it doesn't hurt that at all. In fact, I think some of these slower ones, it kind of hurts them a little bit, but this doesn't get hurt at all by being slower. And then I just wanted to say I love Sam Beam from Iron and Wine. I think that he is an amazing songwriter. He covers a lot of songs, but he's just as good a songwriter.
Yeah, I mean, when you put your own touch on it, it no longer becomes so much a cover as it just becomes your rendition and your take on it.
Yeah,
and that's what we find along the way
Correct.
here on the show. And that's why we love finding these lovely covers for you. I personally like the slower versions of this song specifically, but I'm also captivated and intrigued by the up tempos and the mid tempo versions as well. I mean, I really, really like it. So Seth, here we are. We have one total match. One going into the number 1. So I want to know though, what is your number 1?
My number 1 is no stranger to us, Iron and Wine.
Freckles in our eyes, a mirror.
Oh, Iron and Wine. So we have a match, is what you're saying. We have a match. Awesome. Okay, so why did Iron and Wine make it all the way to number 1?
I originally thought this was his song, and the reason why is because it's so unique. And it came out like right after the original. And so this is what I heard first, and I thought it was his. And I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine who owned the Postal Service version, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cover of Sam Beam." And I can't say enough about it. I love Iron and Wine. They're one of my favorites. I went through a couple of years where that's all I listened to.
Yeah, it's so good. And hey, you might recall a couple episodes ago, I thought Billy Joel did To Make You Feel My Love and not Bob Dylan. So kind of the same. And then we realized that, it's because Billy Joel's actually came out before. So that, before Bob Dylan's was released to the public. So kind of the same thing here. I mean, Iron and Wine was on the single EP that Postal Service did, and then we'll get into. I kind of want to save a little bit of that story, but there's more.
Okay.
There's more to it. So I can't wait. All right, Seth, are you ready for my number 1?
I gotta know. I'm really excited for this one.
Well, I've already used up my Iron and Wine card, so we know it's not that. But we have another match. We got the 3 matches again, finally, because my number 1 is Jeremy Zucker.
Highs and lowest, lows with windows down.
This is my absolute favorite version of the song. It is just so well done. I think he really did use Iron and Wine's version and as kind of his take on it, as we can tell from the Garden State. Garden State being the name of his album, so that little nod there. But I feel he just perfectly captures the tone and the cadence of that original too. And then it's the slower melodic and emotional version. And he just nails the vulnerability and the essence of the song in general. The acoustic light tones are beautifully struck here. I love the ambiance too that picks up at the end of the song. You start hearing stuff and you're like, is that the song or is there something going on in my car or what, or my headphones? Like, what's going on? And you're like, oh, that's part of the song. That's crazy. I don't love it in the whole of the song, which I'm not like huge into ambient music that much or like that atmospheric stuff, but it really works as a note at the end, as just like a little button. I just love it. I just thought it was a cool added touch, and the song overall, Lights Out, one of my favorites. When I heard it last year for the first time, I'm like, this is an amazing cover, but I never knew we would have a show called Cover Wars, and I never knew I'd ever bring it up again, but here we are. Jeremy Zucker is my number one choice. So, Seth, here we are. I feel like we've got a good hold now on this episode's top three, but before we do the cover war thing, let's get into some honorable mentions, shall we? Let's have you run down your 10 through 6 real quick.
So believe it or not, I'm going to spoil it.
Uh-oh.
According to my honorable mentions, we matched in all the top 5.
Whoa, okay, good stuff.
Yeah, how often does that happen?
Lately it is rare earth, which is crazy because you and I both share the same thought that all these songs are good. Like ranking them is really hard, and this is the one where we get so many matches. It's kind of crazy.
Yes.
So, but go
I'm
ahead.
hoping that we match on some of the ones that aren't mentioned yet.
I think we might.
Okay.
At this rate.
So my number 10 is Ben Folds.
Nice. Okay. Very good.
Which I hate to put it that low, but
right?
There's so many great ones.
It's not a perfect song. I mean, it's a live recording, so that's always going to have necessary flaws. But at the same time, it's just so good. I love the way he delivers the song. So, what about number 9?
My number 9, I'm sure you know about, is Cub Sport.
Yes, Cub Sport. Great band from Australia, Brisbane 4-piece. Good stuff. Love it. And what about number 8?
My number 8 is Matty Diaz and KS Rhodes.
Yes, very cool stuff there. I like their voices are so different. And that's one of those ones where it's like, wow, that seemed like it won't work. But by the end of the song, they blend together beautifully. And you're like, oh, no, that's actually really cool. I love the way they do that. So, and what about 7?
My number 7 is Scary Pockets with Natalie Dawn.
Nice. Okay. And what about number 6?
Number 6 is Churches.
All right, Churches. Good stuff. Love Churches. Lauren Mabry just released her first solo album last year. Great band from Scotland. All right. The land of the Scots. Okay, you ready for my 10 through 6 here?
I can't wait. I want to see if we match in any more of them.
Maybe one. It looks like just one. But
okay.
My number 10 was Teed, who is an artist with only 37 monthly listeners, and I couldn't find anything on Teed. It's crazy, but I love the emotion on display there. My number 9 is Joy Kills Sorrow, which is a band that doesn't exist anymore. They broke up in 2014, but they're like this indie folk refined sound. Banjos, mandolins, cellos. Oh my, I absolutely love it. 8 is Churches. So that's from season 3 of Tell Me Lies on Hulu, just released about a month ago in February. And I have Act of Congress at my number 7 from an EP called Cover Up, released in October of 2009. Just a really cool kick in the pants of a version. Gorgeous mandolin sprinkled over heavy acoustic strumming. Love that. And my number 6 that I had in my top 5, I felt like I needed to move it out just because it wasn't a complete sound, but it's cool because it has this like crescendo at the end, and that is Milk, a single from Netflix's Uglies, released in August of 2024. Just a really, really cool version of the song. Just an adventure. I love it. It's almost like a slow motion scene of like girls in a car, like standing up through a sunroof, putting their hands out the window of the sunroof, like something like that, like driving through a country. It was like a scene from a movie is what that felt like. So really cool. So I can see why a Netflix series would pick it up. But Seth, here we are at our cover war, and we have 3 matches. It's unbelievable, right? So
Yeah.
we have a clear number one. Iron and Wine in the number one spot. And then number two and number three, I had Jeremy Zucker at number one. You had him at number 5. That equals 6. And then we have Landon and Jada. Landon Austin, Jada Facer. You had him at 4. I had him at 3. So for me, I think we have a clear 3-2-1. Landon Austin and Jada Facer at 3. And Jeremy Zucker at 2. What say you?
That's fine.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and stamp it. Here are your top 3 cover versions of Such Great Heights by the Postal Service. At number 3, Landon Austin and Jada Facer. At number 2, Jeremy Zucker. And your number 1 version of Such Great Heights by the Postal Service, Iron and Wine. There you are. Okay. Well, we still have more show for you. We've got some more information. We got some trivia. We've got some lyrics. We've even got a parody. It's crazy. So song bio now. Seth, here we go with some info drop on you. Such Great Heights is a song by American indie pop band The Postal Service. It was released as the lead single from their debut studio album, Give Up, in 2003 through Sub Pop Records. The irony of an album called Give Up, which became their only album. I don't know. The single includes a previously unreleased track, There's Never Enough Time, and 2 cover tracks, one by the Shins and one by Iron and Wine. The Shins did We Will Become Silhouettes, and Iron and Wine did Such Great Heights, and that was included on the single that they released of the song. It reached its peak at 21 on the Billboard Hot 100 single sales charts. Iron and Wine's cover of Such Great Heights was included on the Postal Service's 2003 single because both artists were label mates on Sub Pop Records. The band wanted to offer more than just a standard B-side, so they asked the Shins and Iron and Wine to record covers rather than including remixes. While not a chart-topping single in the traditional radio sense, it was nearly as popular as the original in indie music circles at the time, referring to Iron and Wine's cover. So we have a runtime of 4 minutes and 26 seconds. The genres of Postal Service include indie-tronica, indie pop, synth pop, electronic rock. Such Great Heights ranked 27 on Rolling Stone's 100 Best Songs of the Decade list. And in the media, you might recognize the song from all kinds of different uses. These are just a few. The original version was featured in the trailer for the 2004 film Garden State. The Iron and Wine cover was also featured in both the film and its soundtrack. The instrumental version of the song was featured as part of UPS's Whiteboard ad campaign, which was launched on January 6, 2007, almost 4 years after the song was officially released. It was also the original theme song to Grey's Anatomy and appears on its 2005 Season 1 soundtrack, Grey's Anatomy Original Soundtrack, Volume 1. It was featured in And Sorry If I Dissed You, which is Episode 6 of Season 1 of the TV series Tell Me Lies, which, oh, by the way, is where the churches covered it in Season 3. You have all these tie-ins. It's great. A version featured in the trailer for Season 2 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Parts of the song are incorporated into Elephant Love Medley from the Broadway production of Moulin Rouge the Musical. It gets crazier and crazier, folks. It was used in Now Comes the Mystery, Episode 7 of the 2019 miniseries Looking for Alaska. It was featured in the teaser trailer for Disney Pixar's 2025 film Elio. It was used in April 2025 advertisement for CoreWeave. It just goes on and on and on. So, real quick, Seth, did you get a chance to watch the music video again?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, the music video for Such Great Heights was directed by Josh and Xander and premiered in April of 2003. Set in the clean room of a semiconductor fabrication plant, where as the machinery assembles devices, two workers in bunny suits cast longing glances at each other. For most of the song, the two workers are primarily shown interspersed with shots of the machinery working on silicon wafers. Now, they're also like in slow motion to kind of vibe to the music, which also adds to the effect of the song. And then when the bridge comes, the video leaves the two workers as one is carefully taking a wafer from the other and dives into a sequence of shots of machines assembling wafers, then zooms in on a bank of chips, then zooms out to show the chips are inside of a satellite, then zooms in on the Earth and down to the city block containing Energy Solutions Arena, now the Delta Center in Salt Lake City. However, the block has been replaced with a computer circuit. From there, a match cut is made to a monitor in the factory displaying a similar looking computer chip. And this is the end of the sequence, cutting back to the two workers handing over the wafer. The video was filmed inside a real fabrication plant run by Skyworks Solutions. When the video premiered on iTunes, the Skyworks Solutions name and logo were blurred out during some of the scenes. So, Seth, did you enjoy that video?
Yeah, it was different.
No, didn't include any of the band members. Very unique take. A lot of symbolism going on in there. A lot of interesting reading between the lines going on. So, are you ready for your first of two trivia questions?
Yeah, bring it on.
Okay. Due to an intentional similarity to the music video, which company sparked the ire of Ben Gibbard when airing its ad campaign using the song Such Great Heights? A. MySpace, B. Google, C. Apple, or D. Amazon?
Let's go with Google.
Close, but it was C. Apple. And here's
Oh,
why.
I was going to say Apple.
Well, go with your gut, man. No, it's okay, because here's the reason. In 2006, the Postal Service courted further publicity when they shared their discomfort with an Apple commercial advertising a partnership with Intel that shared similarities with the...
I was going to say Intel. It wasn't an option.
Well, I'm sorry, but yeah, it was just their, it was their partnership with Intel. The two both share imagery of space-suited scientists working in a sterile futuristic lab. Both the TV spot and music video were helmed by the directorial team of Josh Melnick and Xander Charity, who were approached by Apple to recreate the music video. All parties failed to inform Gibbard, Tamburello, or Sub Pop until the day before it began airing. Oh, well, that was nice of them. One day before, Gibbard shared a statement on the duo's official site calling it a shot-for-shot recreation and claiming disappointment that it was executed without our consultation or consent. Apple later promoted the Such Great Heights clip on the main page of the iTunes Music Store, prompting it to become the most downloaded video on the site for a time, ahead of videos like by Eminem, Jessica Simpson, and the Black Eyed Peas. So kind of like a backward thing. I'm sure they got some residuals, some trickle down from people going, oh, this song, I remember the song, it's really cool. Download, or buy the album. But still, that wasn't cool, was it, Seth?
No, that's not cool at all.
No, man. Come on now. Especially since it's a song by a band that, is no more. Like this was a project of a band. So speaking of the band, the Postal Service, they were an American indie pop group from Seattle, Washington, consisting of singer Ben Gibbard, producer Jimmy Tamburello, also known by his stage name Dintel, and Jenny Lewis on background vocals. So, are you ready now for your second trivia question?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Ben Gibbard, of course, is the lead vocalist and guitarist of Death Cab for Cutie. And Jenny Lewis is the lead singer, guitarist, and keyboardist of Rilo Kiley, who was also a former child actor who appeared in which film from 1989? A. Little Monsters. B. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. C. The Wizard. Or D. Weekend at Bernie's.
I'm going to go with The Wizard.
That is correct. The Wizard, a beloved film. Super Mario Brothers 3. Oh, I love that film so much. Yeah, absolutely love it. So on On a 2025 episode of the Bandsplain podcast, Ben Gibbard stated, perhaps in jest, that he would make a second Postal Service album if the English rock band The Laws themselves ever released a second album. The Laws famously only one album. They only needed to. 1990, There She Goes, and there that song went, and they didn't need to make another album in the rest of their life. But we wish they did, because that album is fantastic as well. So the band, the Postal Service, did not technically break up due to conflict, but rather concluded as it was designed as a one-off side project for Ben Gibbard and Jimmy Tamborello. They chose to end after their 2003 debut album, Give Up, ironically, to preserve its legacy. That's a great way to put it. Or trying to preserve its legacy, although it does have legacy. With members focusing on their primary music projects. Would you ever love to hear another Postal Service album? Because I know I would.
Oh, I would love to. Yeah, I would love to see what they could do.
Talk about stampity stamps, am I right?
Yeah.
All right, Seth. It is now time for the results of our TikTok song poll. And I want to thank you for the idea of the song, because I wasn't going to just throw out there what's your favorite Postal Service song, because, again, they have one album, and it would always be the same three over and over and over again. So this way, we have a lot of differences to choose from. This song question for the TikTok song poll was, what is your favorite song released in the year 2003? My personal favorite is Breathing by Yellow Card. The whole album, Ocean Avenue, is full of great songs, including the title cut, but my personal favorite is Breathing. Seth, curious, what is your favorite song released in the year 2003?
I'd like to mention two. So one and an honorable mention. My favorite song, I do believe, from 2003 is Jack Johnson's Cupid, which was not a radio single, but is actually a short, sweet little love song that I love to play on guitar. If I ever get a chance to play it in front of people, I love to play that song.
And I'm sure he loves playing it barefoot, right? Because he does not like shoes. Hates shoes. Hates shoes, that fella. What would be the other one is the honorable?
Alicia Keys, If I Ain't Got You.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Such a great
and
song.
Another
great
honorable
choice.
mention would be anything from John Mayer's Heavier Things as well.
Okay, second album, right? That was the second one, right? Or no? Yeah. Second solo.
Not.
Second solo, right? Because he was with the trio. He put out the trio one second.
Well, no, he had an album or two before he released Room for Squares. So
that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot that. Okay, so that Room for Squares was his major label debut, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I wanted to be right about
might have been
something.
his second major record. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not counting independent releases. So here, I know, I'm just joking. All right, here's a release. Here is a list of some of the responses that we got. And I want to thank everybody for answering the question. If you answer early enough, you get to be featured on the show. Well, at least your answer does. So here are some of the responses. Don't Know Why by Nora Jones, another good one.
Yes, I thought about that one.
Yeah, The Quiet Things No One Ever Knows by Brand New. Hey Ya, The Way You Move by Outkast, which, hey, we also did an entire show on Hey Ya. Go check that episode out. Get Low, Lil Jon. Maps, yes, love it. I Hate Everything About You, 3 Days Grace. Reptilia by The Strokes. Seven Nation Army, The White Stripes, come on. Molly's Chambers, Kings of Leon. I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness. This is an interesting one. Farewell Transmission by Ohia and Jason Molina. Honor Thy Father, Dream Theater. Some Dream Theater in 2003. Anesthesia by Type O Negative for the heavy stuff. Like a Stone, Audio Slave.
Ooh.
Yeah. Title cut coming at you. In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3 by Coheed and Cambria. Love that one. And My Immortal by Evanescence. 2003 was quite a year in music. One of the best. So a lot of stuff coming at you. I'm curious, though, Seth, are you ready for some lyrics now? I'm just a curious cat, is what it is. So the lyrics. I'm just always curious about stuff. Why is the sky blue? Such Great Heights by the Postal Service is a tender love song about finding connection and perfection in a relationship despite the cold digital distance caused by touring. It highlights the contrast between the idealized high of being in love and the reality of navigating long distance loneliness, suggesting that true love makes you feel elevated. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to be as dramatic as possible with my illness.
Oh,
I am thinking it's a sign that the freckles in our eyes are mirror images, and when we kiss, they're perfectly aligned. And I have to speculate that God himself did make us into corresponding shapes, like puzzle pieces from the clay. And true, it may seem like a stretch, but it's thoughts like this that catch my troubled head when you're away, and when I am missing you to death. And when you are out there on the road for several weeks of shows, and when you scan the radio, I hope this song will guide you home. They will see us waving from such great heights. Come down now, they'll say. But everything looks perfect from far away. Come down now, but we'll stay. I tried my best to leave this all on your machine, but the persistent beat, it sounded thin upon the sending, and that frankly will not fly. You'll hear the shrillest highs and lowest lows with the window down, and this is guiding you home. They will see us waving from such great heights. Come down now, they'll say. But everything looks perfect from far away. Come down now, but we'll stay. And then the chorus repeats, and then finally, they will see us waving from such great heights. Come down now. So, Seth, any lyrics that point out to you that
there's several.
Okay.
There's several, but my favorite is I tried my best to leave this all in your machine. I just love that. I can hear it over and over again all day long. I love it so much.
Because it is relatable from 2003, not so much anymore.
That's what I thought when we were listening to this playlist.
Anymore, it's a voice note or a long text. But yeah, I mean, it's just so much more poetic this way. Sometimes back in the analog era, things were just like that and sounded so much better. No, I love that line too. For me, I like the when you're out there on the road for several weeks of shows line, because it really is about that distance that pulls you away, but then you have that interconnection. So when there's two people in love, it really is, it's like that. And I always go back to like the American Tail, where you see the moon out the window and you see they're looking at that same moon, you know. It's kind of like, yeah, it's just that interconnection of two people in love. So really, really love that. Seth, are you ready for the parody? Am I ready for the parody with this voice I got going on?
Are you ready for the parody?
I'm definitely not ready. I don't know if I'd ever be, but my voice is sure not ready. So I apologize about how this might come out. Luckily, there's not really any high notes. Thank you, Ben. All right. So sometimes when I'm writing parodies, I'm like, what am I going to do here? This was a tough one. It really was. And ultimately, I'm like, okay, fine. I'll write an ode to Mel Brooks and all the films he directed. So anyway. I love Young Frankenstein, and life stinks all the time, so I watch Hitchcock films whenever my anxiety is high. And the producers is so great. The old one and updated version starring Matthew Broderick, Will Ferrell, and Nathan Lane. And true, Spaceballs is the best. As Barf and Lone Star rescue Princess Vespa from Dark Helmet, who is Rick Moranis. Yes, and when I'm in the mood to laugh. For a decade and a half, I'll watch Mel Brooks' filmography, and I will be transported back. I've been watching Robin Hood Men in Tights for days now. It's so great. We roam around the forest looking for fights where men in tights, they say. It's good to be the king. Mel said in History of the World Part 1, and then Richard Lewis later would repeat Dracula, dead and loving it. Wasn't great, I will admit, but Blazing Saddles made up for 12 chairs and the movie silent. I've been watching Robin Hood Men in Tights for weeks now. It's so great. We roam around the forest looking for fights where men in tights, they say. I've been watching Robin Hood Men in Tights for months now. It's so great. We roam around the forest looking for fights where men in tights, they say. I've been watching Robin Hood Men in Tights for years now. Okay, there you go. There's the ode to Mel Brooks. See, I like the indulgence of me being able to go, okay, you know what? I love Mel Brooks, but I also love the Postal Service. Let's marry the two. So there you go. And I'm very much feeling my medicine right now. So it's a good thing we're almost done with this podcast because I need to hit the hay. Okay. So we do have one more piece of business to take care of, and that is, Seth, are any of these covers better than the original? What do you think?
So I hate to say this if there's anybody that's offended by it, but I think Iron and Wine is way better.
I agree. And I also agree that Jeremy Zucker's version is better too. I like both of them better than the Postal Service. Now that's kind of where it ends for me. If we're ranking them, I would put Postal Service at 3, and I would have then Iron and Wine, then Jeremy for me, and of course you would have Iron and Wine ahead of that. But yeah, it's just because it lends itself so well. It's such a good song that it does the thing it's supposed to do, which is make you want to cover it, make you want to love it more, and make you honor it that much more. So,
but you have to say, like you mentioned before, Jeremy Zucker wouldn't have had that version if it wouldn't have been for Iron and Wine. So
exactly. Well, this album is called Garden State, so we know that to be true. So very nice. So Seth, before I pass out, I gotta know, I'm super stoked. What are we covering next week on the show?
Man, I really hope nobody else that's supposed to be guesting has picked this one, because that would throw things off.
Well, I can just cut it out. We can start it again.
That's true. That's true. So I picked a little song called Georgia on My Mind by Ray Charles.
Wow. Okay. Talk about a classic song. No, nobody else has picked that yet.
Okay, good.
Wow. Such a beautiful song, too. I love it. Ray Charles.
There's a great, rich history with that song. So I can't wait to hear all about it.
I'm so excited. So great choice there. Hey, Seth, where can the people find us if they want more Cover Wars?
You can find us at Cover Wars Podcast on YouTube, Cover Wars on TikTok and Facebook, and always you can email us at coverwarspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and you can find us waving from such great heights. We're not going to come down, though. No, never. We're staying right where we are. And I gotta let you know, if you're ever out there and you're all alone and you don't know where to go for songs covered by artists other than the original, Seth and I, we got you covered. Bye, everybody.
Bye.